Greetings and salutations. This video is all about the German phrase or phrases that I most hate. Now, I don't always go around hating on German phrases, but when I do, you can be sure I'll hear it way too often and I'll get way too fired up about it. And also, these phrases I'm going to discuss today, I feel like often when they're used, it goes against the core of who I am. I'm not saying I'm right. I think what I'm just talking about here is just different personalities, different cultures meeting. I'm talking about phrases like, es ist halt so. Er ist halt so, oder sie ist halt so, es ist halt so, wir sollen nichts stören, wir sollen nichts machen, es ist halt so. What I'm saying is that phrase makes me crazy. So, yeah, es ist halt so. It just is that way. It's a German phrase that I hear way too often and it drives me crazy. But it's nothing personal against the Germans. This is definitely my issue. I can think of so many examples from jobs I've had where out in the smoke break, we all agreed that something wasn't right in this job or even illegal. But when it came time to speak up or say something, oh, no. Was willst du machen? Du kannst nichts dagegen. Es ist halt so. Wir sollen nichts stören. Es ist halt so. Was willst du machen? I'll never forget one of the first times I was exposed to this cursed phrase. It was when I lived in the south of Germany and I was fresh to learning the language, but not just that, also learning this culture, how the culture worked and how people interacted. And as I've mentioned in my other videos, I was very active and interested in many fests and everything local going on and gatherings and celebrations. And I started to realize something. Like this small town I lived in, there was always this one jerk. Let's call him Prick for the video. Now, this was a small town. Everybody knew everybody, but more importantly, they all grew up together, went to kindergarten and stuff. And it didn't matter if we were at the local Kneipe bar or at a fest. Whenever Prick came around, it was like the way he communicated with people was just being a dick. Now, don't get me wrong. I come from an area, the Northeast region, where we're dicks to our friends, you know? But you know where you stand, and we're not a constant dick. We say nice things as well, and our dickiness is often done with a sense of humor. But this wasn't how Prick worked. I mean, he was one of the major offenders when I talk about people that would just mock when I spoke German anytime I opened my mouth. Not to mention racist things, anti-foreigner. The guy was just an idiot. But what I'm getting at is, because everybody in this town knew each other and grew up together, knew each other for a really long time, I started asking people, why do you hang out with Prick? First chick, she's a nice girl, and she was like, oh, yeah, Prick. She agreed with me. Everything, all of the points I said about how this guy was just constantly rude and just not nice at all. And, she just informed me then, ist halt so. And she laughed at me. Same thing when I asked a mutual guy friend of ours that grew up with him and would go on motorcycle vacations with him. And, I started the conversation off using examples of and then what is this dude's issue? And this guy friend, same thing. Oh, ha, 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 ha. Oh, Christy, was willst du machen? Ist halt so. What do you want to do about it? He just is that way. Person after person after person, after situation after situation after situation, I kept encountering this, do I want to say passive aggressive? I don't know, this phrase over and over again, and it started to make me crazy. And at the same time as it started to really drive me crazy and I started to notice it everywhere in this culture, it started to make me look at my own culture. And, like, ironically, it made me ask myself, am I the dick? You know, I'm calling this guy the dick, but quite honestly, I am amazed, impressed, question mark, amazed with the amount of forgiveness. He just is that way. What do you want to do? Can't do anything about it. He just is that way. It still drives me crazy. I'm telling you, especially in the situation where I would repeatedly be at these gatherings with that prick guy, I got to a point where when I would talk to others, they would confirm that they noticed everything that I noticed about him. You know, I got a little bit crazy, and pretty much what I came down to was coming up with my own phrase to yell at them out of my own stupid American frustration. And that phrase goes a little something like: Tu uns alle eingefallen und kauf nie ein Hund, weil ich will nicht wissen, was du denn machst, wenn dein Hund scheißt in dein Wohnung. Like, dead serious, dog just shit in the apartment. What are you gonna do about it? I mean, are you just gonna sit there and go, ah, it just is that way, it is that way? Or are you gonna maybe clean it up and try to teach the dog not to do it again? You see, if you talk to the dog, or that prick guy, and you tell them, hey, what you're doing is really annoying. You're being a nasty human. And that person starts to realize that the people around him won't accept him acting like that. That person might change, is all I'm saying. And the same for situations. Like, I just feel like we should speak up, you know, when something's not right. And so often, I felt like I was like the one that spoke up when I knew they felt the same. But, you know, they just kind of backed down. They didn't want to disturb anything. Just is that way. That mentality drives me crazy. I don't know if I'll ever get over it. I'm just kidding. I'll get over it. I forgive you, Germany. Your beer is good. Your health care is wonderful. I'm quite enjoying my environment, even though we're all kind of on lockdown due to this virus. Well, that's going to be it for this video today. I thank you all for watching, and I hope to see y'all soon. I need to find my motivation to do this more often, at least come out onto my wonderful terrace. I'm thinking about maybe doing a live stream out here for all my friends and family that like can't go outside. I feel pretty lucky to have this place. I've been pretty busy recently, digging out weeds and planting plants. So if you wanted me to do a live stream, we can all meet up and talk about what's going on. Click like, let me know in the comments. Other than that, take care of yourselves. We will talk soon, but dead serious. Take care of yourself. Just stay home.